Bhatt into the conversation. He's joint MD at Prabhudas Lilladher. Dilip, good afternoon. Thanks for joining in. How much worse does it get before it starts getting better?
Well, I think today's fall is also because of the fact that internationally also most of the markets are down. And I think apart from the fact that the budget has been much below the expectation. So from here on, I think can Nifty come down by another 150, 200 points further down from here? Looks very much on the cards in the absence of anything really happening unless and until government gives some very major positive clarification which will help the markets in the short run. But otherwise, I think 150 to 200 point is what one should brace up for over say next 1 week or 10 days. And possibly then we can see some kind of consolidation or some kind of sideways and stagnation.
Dilip, hi, good afternoon. So, today's talking point has been the correction in big names, the FII names. The Bajaj stocks or HDFC stocks, Kotak, and these stocks are trading at life highs and elevated valuations. You reckon some more correction is needed even in some of these big names?
Well, I think in both the companies which you named, HDFC as well as Bajaj, I think the moot point over here is, if I'm correct, HDFC Bank has reported a lower credit growth for this quarter. And Bajaj Finance has come on record to say that actually the slowdown is really beginning to happen and it's very, very conspicuous. I think coming from two leaders, more than talking about these two, it's a more profound statement for the entire economy as well as for the markets. So I think both the stocks, as what you very rightly said, are very richly valued. So obviously the margin of safety has been pretty less for them for all these stocks. And of course, it goes for the other consumer names also. I mean, we all know that just about 15-20 stocks have contributed most of the Nifty in the last 6 months or so. So I think that being the case, yes, overall, I think there has to be some kind of, the level at which it has to come down, some kind of sanity has to come down to some of these stocks. I think beyond that, one should still see that as an opportunity to buy at the lower levels.
Okay.
Still with us. Dilip, in the mid-cap space, what would be a good area where you want to sort of take some bets now after this big correction?
Well, I think one of the fallout of the budgets, according to me, is that if that 75 to 65 is going to be implemented even in a matter of say 2 to 3 years, and if government will continue with its 1 lakh crore of disinvestment, I think I see that it's a big push back for the mid caps and the small caps, and they will be relegated more to the background further in times to come. Of course, the way the mid caps have come down, they look very attractive. But I think within that, a few names, if you really ask me from the current levels, I would still think something like Voltas looks pretty interesting from the current level at the moment. Jubilant Food looks pretty compelling from the current levels at the moment. I think VIP is another stock that one should look at on a longer term basis. I think a couple of these stocks, then there is Confidence Betero, which is just about 1,000 to 1,200 crore market cap company. These 3-4 names come to the top of my mind at the moment in the mid cap and the small cap space.
Okay.